Hello, my name is Faithy Mai, and this is The Breakfast Show on TSL Nigeria TV.
Welcome. On Sunday, the 4th of October 2020, the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, placed a ban on routine stop and search by the Federal Special Anti-Robbery Squad and other tactical units of the Nigerian Police. This followed outcry on social media and the trending of the hashtag #FSARS. While some people are seeing this as a welcome discovery, others are saying that they are calling for a complete disbandment of the Special Tactical Unit. My name is Joyce Chooks, and this morning on The Breakfast Show, my team and I will be going deep into the problems of the End SARS campaign in Nigeria. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you guys feeling? You know, when I was watching the campaign yesterday on social media and situations, you know, while people were campaigning for End SARS, there were reports coming in. People were saying that there's SARS at this place in Lagos, there's SARS at this place in Nigeria, State, there's SARS at this place in different states in the country. And people kept reporting not that SARS were, you know, arresting armed robbers, which they were meant to do, but that they were defrauding or allegedly defrauding unarmed Nigerian citizens. And the bigger demographic of young people in Nigeria being attacked are young men. So I'll start with you, Marvelous. Have you ever encountered members of the Federal Special Anti-Robbery Squad?
Countless number of times.
Can you walk us through the process?
Walk us through. Okay, I didn't know you're gonna ask me my experience.
You cannot give us one of the major.
Since we're going to talk about my experience, I remember when I first got my second radio job, I moved to the GRA axis of Edo State, Benin City, and I remember one morning, every one of us in the actual apartment, we are all media people. Some videographers, while one of them happens to be a blogger. I was the only radio guy there, but we always, you know, media people, we're always with our system. So I think maybe people in the area got talking, and maybe they got an actual news, or maybe they got an actual information, we don't know. But all I remember is 5 a.m. in the morning, our gates was being hit continuously, and we were actually aggravated, like, why would you be knocking on our gate like that by 5 a.m.? Who the hell is that? Then the next thing we heard, it was, it's the police, it's the federal SARS. I'm like, okay, can we help you? Say, open the gate. No, we can't open it. What is your warrant? You want to know whether we get warrant. Today, you know, say you don't get right. That was the exact statement we received. I thank God onto one part that I didn't lose my job because I was supposed to resume work that day by 10 a.m. So I thank God that day I didn't lose my job because I had to call the GM to let her know what was happening. Even as much as I even showed them my ID card that it was press. It's that bad. So this is just me. This is one person. Now imagine a lot of people out there who don't even have ID cards. Okay. There was a post by Dotun of Cool FM on Twitter where he said, this happens on a regular basis, but what always saves me is my ID card. Now that is just for some of us who actually have ID cards that we can use to identify ourselves. How many jobs nowadays really go on ID cards? Let's be sincere. Not all of them, or else you request for. And even when you request for, the police still don't respect the ID card they see. They want to go as far as telling you, we want to know what you do, we want to know what you are earning. Now, I got a call yesterday. I posted this on Instagram yesterday. I got a call yesterday. Someone called me from here in Benin City that he was being stopped by the police. And not only was he being searched, his car was searched, ransacked completely. They couldn't find anything. They went through his phone. They couldn't find anything on his phone. They told him to open his account balance.
Whoa.
I was like, what for? He said, wait, now, that's the account balance. They also told me I should open my Bitcoin wallet. Now, does that make sense? That's going way too far.
Like, with no warrant for this search at all. Routine stop and search.
Hey.
It's very interesting to listen to. And there was so much conversation online social media. So many people shared their stories. A young man said that, you know, he had been stopped and 150,000 naira had been pulled from his account, and he doesn't understand why. Now, when the information came from the presidency that there should be a ban placed on routine stop and search, people were excited. But we're reminded that in 2018, this exact same ban on routine stop and search happened. And here we are again. So can we even trust the government on any kind of follow-through for this situation? Faith?
Personally, I think I welcome this development. Everything that has to take place has to happen in stages. And if the government has to ban federal SARS and other tactical units, I think they have to be very effective about this. It's not just about coming on your verified Twitter handle or releasing a press statement saying that it has been banned. I want them to follow through, see to it in all states that it's effective. Because I'm still sure after this ban, some FSARS
It's happened before.
officials would still be patrolling because they believe they have the power and you don't have it right, like what you said. So I'm counting on the federal government. We've given them several chances. I'm counting on the federal government, giving them this last chance to actually make this work.
Oh, fantastic. Now, there's something that was really interesting yesterday that I also thought that came up. Now, I came across a website that was recruiting for the Federal Special Anti-Robbery Squad, and these are a few things that are required of you if you intend to join the Federal SARS. Now, one of them is that you must be male and you must measure at least 1.68 meters and female 1.65 in height. And you must have a valid age declaration from the government. You must not be more than between 20 to 30 years, or at least do not hit 40 by January of the following year, 2021. But now, on the list, this is really, really interesting, from recruitmentdesk.com. Now, on number 7, an important requirement to be a member of the FSARS is, and I read, candidates must be an ex-convict. Now, I've gone ahead and gone on several... I've gone and done a bit of research on the validity of this statement. While I came across several recruitment portals having this exact same information, I actually saw no government parastatal that confirmed that you had to be a member of an ex-convict to be a member of the FSARS. Now, while this conversation came up on social media, a lot of people said that the thinking behind it is that a thief can catch a thief.
Okay.
But if there is any proof that this is actually a part of the recruitment requirement, is it reasonable to arm ex-felons?
At all. It's not safe. Security-wise, it's not safe.
Aisha?
Yeah, and ex-convicts, some of them, you know, the process in Nigeria, like the rehabilitation centers don't really function. But we have some people that are actually repentant. They have repented, you know, and I think they're looking at it from that angle, like what you said, that it is a thief that can catch a thief. It's easier from that part. But for me, basically, I don't think it's right for them to just put a criteria and say it's just ex-convicts. They can look at it from that aspect, a thief catching a thief. But I feel it shouldn't be a criteria. They can also employ others.
I don't hate the reasoning behind it, because it's difficult for ex-convicts to get jobs. So if you're going to create a special kind of job that is reserved just for them, I'm not fully against it.
Because of our system, you know, most times we want to copy those abroad. We want to copy the Western world, because this is what the Western world do. Even like criminals, most times they carry them for special investigations. You know the nooks and crannies of those criminals. You've mixed up with them. Sometimes they even carry people from prisons that are not yet ex-convicts to go for investigations.
You've seen that?
Yes, they do it. Even in movies, like Shotgun, it's happened in movies.
Well, I don't know if it happens in movies. I don't think it happens in real life.
I understand the idea behind a thief catching a thief. But I'm not going to say we should place a stigma on ex-convicts, because like you said, people repent. Most of them repent. The issue I have is with the Nigerian system. Our rehabilitation processes are not solid.
You can boast of them.
What have you, after you discover that this person is an ex-con and wants to join FSARS, what have you done to rehabilitate this person fully? I have a problem with the rehabilitation process. I have a problem with giving them arms. We were having a conversation earlier, and I talked about a criminal mind. You may be here saying, I know my ability. I know what I can do and what I cannot do. But if you find yourself in a particular situation, everything changes.
Yeah.
These are people who have robbed people in the past, probably even killed people. If you want them as ex-cons to catch cons in the making, I think it's only vital they can work with people who have not had those experiences but have been well grounded. Now those other ones can carry arms while these other ones escorts. Let's come up with your intelligence. Don't give them arms. Yeah. Bring your expertise. You know how you used to plan robberies. You know how the white people do. You have plans. We are going to rob XYZ bank. This is the entrance, this is the exit. I think that's only where they can function. Don't give them arms because most of these people are trigger happy. And when it gets to a point where they see someone, a young man who is probably excelling in this field, they become jealous because they tell themselves, I've been on this for a very long time and look at where I am. I saw a video of how they wasted somebody. And my heart broke. I was like, what is this?
Even those are not experts.
Because they know, I'm speaking for those so-called ex-cons. I am not stigmatizing them, but they need proper rehabilitation. And they should be proven worthy before they are even integrated into this into the society, yes, but into
FSARS itself.
Yeah. There should be a proof that they are ready, and they should not be given arms immediately. I think that is the major problem we have, because if you say, Oga, wetin I do, they are shooting you straight up. But if this person is not armed and you are trying to say, Oga, wetin I do, if they want to arrest you, they are going to put a handcuff, right? They are going to put you in the van and take you to the station. If you go there, you write a statement, at least you're sure of your life intact. Because the way young people's lives are being wasted, I'm not finding it funny at all.
Thank you so much. That was really insightful. I love that. Now, something else that, people raised while a lot of this particular ban was placed. Now, this ban was not placed on just the FSARS for the routine stop and check. There were several other tactical units of the Nigerian Police that were affected, including the anti-cultism special units of the Nigerian Police. So the question is this now: if a ban, as they say, is being placed on these people from the routine stop and check, how are they going to carry out their actual activities? Is this truly a solution? Yeah, how are they going to carry out their actual activities? Or are we saying that there are no thieves on the road, there are no cultists on the road, there are no actual bad people on the road? Yeah. How are these people going to carry out their activities if they cannot do a routine stop and search?
Yeah, because I was actually thinking of this and I was like, why was SAS and all these other agents, why were they created? It actually started in 1992 where the former Commissioner Simon Danladi, a commissioner in Lagos, he founded it because a Colonel Rindam, was killed at the checkpoints by police officers in Lagos. So he thought it wise to get a group, a squad. And what is their purpose? Their purpose is to fight armed robbery, kidnapping, and what's it called? Sorry, to fight violent crimes across the countries through, like what you said, checkpoints, patrolling, roadblocks. But at a point in time, they missed it because they did not place their priorities right. Because of the system and everything, they started going for the so-called Yahoo boys. They started going for fine boys. They see somebody looking good on the streets, and even those that they can harass. They harass them, they molest them, they brutalize them. Before now, people have been clamoring and been crying for SARS to be scrapped. The former former Vice President of Nigeria, Atiku, and other meaningful Nigerians, they've even written to the federal government to scrap it because of a lot of things that they were doing. And because of the recent events in Ugeli, the federal government now thought it wise to scrap it. And now back to your questions. If they scrap SARS, is that a solution to our problems? Will armed robbery stop? No. So I think the government should either reintegrate them, or they have to prepare, they have to take measures and they have to give us, they have to get another squad
One extra squad plus the squad that we already
No,
have.
like,
we
they are
have to use
scrapping
squads
this.
already.
They're not scrapping it yet. They're stopping
It's just
them
a
from
ban.
routine stop and
They ban
search.
on-
Okay,
They still exist. They just have to leave the road.
Okay, so what I think the government should
While
do
Nigerians is saying that they should ban it entirely, that they should disband the entire special task force.
So I think SARS should be overhauled if necessary.
We already did an overhaul. That's how they
When?
became the federal
That's why
SARS.
they became
There were
SARS.
SARS before,
That was,
they did an
I think
overhaul, then we
2019.
became 2018, then we became the federal SARS, and things continue.
Orientation.
Another one?
Yes.
We don't have that kind of money.
Because we cannot just live. To some extent, they're still doing something. Because like when I was traveling on the highway, people know there's a lot of kidnapping on the highway. Even when they do things, they have them on the highway. They still help on the highway. It reduces armed robbery.
So you're on the
safe.
fence, basically.
Yeah.
Because what you're saying is that it's bad, this one is bad, but we'll manage them. That's what you're saying.
They should do something about it because scrapping it totally
It's a problem.
is also a problem.
It's also a problem, though.
They have the bad side, they have the good side of it. So we just have to look at it because they are still helping in a way. They are still helping. So they need to do something
We're
about
going to
it.
put a pin in that. Now, one of the biggest bone of contention for the NSAS conversation is that they judge you by your outfit. Now, you know, anything you say when it comes to dressing, people would say, dress how you want to be addressed.
Yeah.
When a woman is assaulted, they say, dress how you want to be addressed. What were you wearing? When men are assaulted, you hear things like, when you draw tattoo, when the people tick say you be thief. So, can dress as you want to be addressed solve the menace in society? If our young men lose their sense of agency, their sense of style, they all decide that they are all going to be Barbie's Kodo and, you know, they're going to be wearing button-up shirts, are we saying that it is going to prevent their constant assault, one? And two, can we ask the state to take away the agency of young men to be stylish? Because people like Israel Adesanya can pose with government officials with his hair. He had a blue hair or something at some point. And he was okay. And the boxer, what's his name? Joshua comes to Nigeria a lot, you know, looking the way he does. And there was a tech guy that also came, a tech bro. He had the dreads going over him. He had like a sleeved tattoo, and he was shaking government officials. So if those looks can be accepted by seemingly, you know, established Nigerian men, then why can't the Nigerian man on the streets decide to look however way he wants to say? So should we ask our men to dress how they want to be addressed?
Well,
You guys just leave the men alone. Just leave people to live their lives.
Yes.
Allow people to dress the way they want to dress.
Yeah.
Because you just mentioned people who we consider up there and the way they look. But we accept them. So what's wrong with who wants to keep dread and who wants to draw a tattoo? What's wrong with it? Okay, let me tell you what is going to happen. If we start saying dress how you want to be addressed, you would see armed robbers in suit and tie.
They are still some is still in suit and tie.
You would see them, and if you do a stop and search, and I roll down, and I'm all suited up, and I'm like, officer, how they walk, they go. You're like, hey, chairman, anything for the boys. But if you see who is honestly going for his music production job with his dread, you now stop him and say, let me see your phone. Where are you going to? And all stuff.
But people are saying that if you're aware that your look can be a problem for you, why don't you change it?
People should leave people to dress the way they want to dress. Allow us to dress the way we want to dress. All we need right now, you said there was an overhauling, is a re-overhauling of FSARS.
Yeah.
Not changing the name from SARS to FSARS or FXSARS. The people involved. Let's deal with the individuals involved.
Okay.
And if they don't meet a certain
Orientation.
standard, they should be dismissed.
Aisha, you're a mother
Yeah, I'm a mother.
of 4 boys.
Okay.
So would you tell your sons to dress a certain way to make sure that they are not assaulted? Because your sons are they're in their teens now. Soon enough, they'll be old enough to get assaulted.
You know, like my first son, he likes football. And you know, most of these football stars, they want to be identified by the way they dress. They have a particular hairstyle.
Always on sneakers,
Yes,
joggers.
always on sneakers. There was a point in time my son said he wanted to tint his hair gold.
You're such a cool mom because I don't have the chest. I can't even take my head gold comfortably until I tell you.
You know what I told him? I just told him he's still in school. It's not not allowed to tint his hair in school, because even you cannot even carry a full hair in school. You have to barb your hair low. When you're grown up, you can do what you want to do. You understand? And speaking of that, I just saw somebody that has been carrying dark hair, a guy, for a while, and he just tinted his hair gold. And I saw that he said he was harassed by policemen 2 times on Saturday.
Okay, so that means we know that the gold hair is a problem. So would you say that young men should?
I wouldn't say that. Do what you want to do, but the policemen need to be. It's the society things. Let me just put it that way. It's our culture. It's our way of life. People tend to see, not even policemen. Some people see people like the way they dress. They're like, see how this person dress. So it is not just.
Aisha, should men dress how they want to be addressed? That is the question. Yes, men should dress how they want to be addressed.
They should dress the way they want to be addressed.
So anything you see after your outfit, you can take it like that?
Yes, you can take it.
Fantastic. Yeah. Marvelous. You're a man. I've never seen you with dreadlocks. You've always, I always told you that you dress like a middle-aged married man. So seeing as a person that doesn't have these problems, would you say that your look, with your short hair, your clean beard, your clean glasses, your button-down shirt, will you say that it has protected you to some extent?
No.
So there's no difference between the colored hair and the person without the colored hair?
That's just like Faith did say, a re-overhauling could go a long way. But the truth is, there's this mentality that Nigerians as a whole, they have.
Yeah.
You have a tattoo, they see you as being irresponsible.
Yeah.
You have braids on, they see you as being irresponsible. You have dreads on, they see you as being irresponsible. You have earrings, they see as... I remember there was a time I was like, okay...
Marvelous. Don't remember that thing.
No, hold on.
You're currently having low cuts.
Yes.
Your beard is clean. You have no earrings.
Yeah.
You have no colored eyes or colored, brow. Your brow is looking really funky. So, if you compare the kind of life that you face, the kind of possible assault or non-assault that you can face, and your friends that you know that have colored hair and dreads and piercings. Now, would you say that it's possible that you have less encounters than they do?
Yeah, well, it is possible I have less encounters. Yeah, very true.
So the look can help.
It's not a sustainable thing.
So the jury is still out on that. Thank you guys so much for this wonderful conversation this morning. You guys are fantastic. The jury is still out on whether your outfits can prevent you from certain levels of assault. Now, should our young men or our young women, people in Nigeria in general, dress how they want to be addressed by the Nigerian police and members of the society? Or do you think that no matter how you look, no matter what you do, no matter how you decide to present yourself, you may still be a victim of assault by several security agencies in Nigeria? Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think? Do you think that our young men and young women should dress better to, avoid being classified as a certain group of people in society? Or should we do a total re-overhaul of the Federal Special Anti-Robbery Squad? And finally, should the Federal Special Anti-Robbery Squad have any right to go through the personal effects of young men and women in Nigeria? Think about this and leave your comments down below. Would love to hear what you think about this conversation. My name is Joyce Chooks. Have yourself a lovely day. Do not forget to like and follow us on all of our socials, TSL Nigeria TV. Have yourself a great day.
Stay connected to TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family.